Hello, welcome to CollectiveLogic again. Finally here with video number 2. Today I wanted to just very quickly run through my further thought on Lightwave RF and now dimming and why it really just annoys me so badly. In my previous video I mentioned that you have to have very specific bulbs that work with their switches. Now obviously that is a pain in the neck because of course it ends up being the expensive bulbs, doesn't it? So the reason for the special bulb requirement gets a bit electrical nerdy. Well, perfect, I like that. In the UK and lots of other countries, I don't know personally exactly which ones, but in the UK electrical light switches do not contain power as such. There is no live and neutral feed in the AC supply. It's a live and a switched live. So in the ceiling void, somewhere near where the light is, typically you would get a little junction box which has your neutral and your live. So the light bulb has a live and neutral feed, but from that junction box a live wire is sent down to the switch and then back through the switch to the bulb, and that is where you get your neutral feed from, through the bulb. So as a result, Lightwave switches take advantage of that fact in that there is a live feed but there is no neutral. So they take the neutral feed via the bulb, which means they're always sapping a small amount of current but through the bulb. Now you're probably already figuring out that taking it through the bulb means the bulb is slightly charged, so hence why you may get a bulb that won't go off or it'll flicker because it can't quite decide whether it's on or off because there is current flowing through the bulb. So Lightwave copes with that within their switches, but of course this causes more issues for bulbs and your bulb requirements. So that's kind of the last straw for me, and I am moving on to a whole new method. For my home automation system, I will be rewiring my house. Scary thought, expensive thought. I'm hoping I'll be able to make friends with an electrician who will be able to sign off my work. I do prefer to run my own wiring and do that anyway. I did exactly the same for our last extension on our house. Unfortunately, the guy that I used last time to sign off my work has retired. So on the lookout for somebody new. And the new system will basically run, sorry about that awful dragging sound, that's the USB lead. Arduino. This mess is my prototype for a switching circuit. I will do another video fairly shortly on this and explain exactly how this works, but essentially the Arduino takes switching from just simple basic switches, and I have made them into, well, I will be making them into some test switches. I did trial out some, but I don't seem to have them around here anywhere. But again, I'm going to run through this in proper detail in another video, which hopefully won't be several months before I release. Connects to the network, displays a little display saying what light switch has been switched. The USB lead is just for programming it, and that won't be in the actual final unit. I also have already in place a lighting controller system which I am trialing out in the cabin. Outside we have a nice log cabin in the garden, which was a fairly recent project, and yeah, it works really well. Control my lighting via the iPad. I have an old iPad lying around from a long time ago, but it still does a great job using OpenHAB. So I hope this has been an interesting video. Short one, short and sweet, but I just wanted to get something out to you to explain further where I'm going and the way forward. I'll release a more detailed video on how exactly I work with the Arduino and the programming side of it as well. But for now I am using OpenHAB, Node-RED and OpenHAB rules, really. That's where it's all at. The Arduino programming is basically something I've kind of stolen from a really fantastic guy in Australia, Jonathan Oxer. I have linked to his channel. He's done a lot of this stuff and I'm basically taking it, modifying it for my purposes. Hope this has been interesting. Please like the video, so if you watch it and you enjoy it, then I know to keep making more. Thank you very much.